So the big question is this: how are marketers like us, who don't cut corners and rely on hype-filled, black hat, scammy marketing, who are always focused on providing value first and over-delivering for our customers with every single purchase they make, how do we market our products and services in a way that allows us to get our message out into the world, dominate the competition, and create a lifestyle of freedom and abundance without sacrificing sales and profit? That's the riddle, and on this show, you'll find the answer. Hey, my name's Misha Wilson, and welcome to Marketing with Misha.
What is going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, coming at you for another episode of Marketing with Misha. Let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from in the chat box down to the right. Let me know with a quick yes. You can see and hear me loud and clear. Today we're going to be talking about profit, how to maximize profit. I'm going to tell you a not so fun story about an unfortunate IRS audit that I'm currently going through, pretty much finished up, but fun stuff. But most importantly, share with you, how to increase profit and one of the dumbest mistakes that business owners make that hurt profit, hurt margin, and at the end of the day, leave you with less money. So as always, if you guys get value, don't forget to go ahead and comment, like, heart, and share. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right here and hit that bell button to be notified when you go ahead and hop on. And with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. So today I want to talk about profit. I want to tell you a quick little story about an IRS audit, and also talk about, something that I hear over and over and over again from all of our various members in the community, or not all of our members, but a lot of our members in the community, a frustration that they have that at the end of the day isn't really the true core problem. So one of the things that I hear so many times from so many students is essentially just frustration and complaints around expenses in business. And we're talking about vital, needed expenses that, if you're an internet marketer, you need an autoresponder. If you're an internet marketer, you need ClickFunnels, or you need some sort of, funnel builder. If you're an internet marketer, you need certain tools. It's like being a, construction worker or a contractor and complaining about the fact that you got to buy a hammer or a saw or whatever the tools of that trade are. There are certain tools that you just literally have to have in order to go ahead and run your business correctly. And still, so oftentimes, we hear from so many clients that there's just way too many hidden costs and there's way too many expenses and I can't do it anymore. The $97 a month ClickFunnels bill is absolutely killing me. And because of that, I have to stop my business, right? And very recently, I actually left a little cliffhanger in yesterday's Facebook Live. Very recently, I got an audit letter in the mail saying, we're going to come in and we're going to audit your tax return from a couple of years ago. And it's one of those moments where you look at the letter and you kind of are just, very aware that you're going to have to go through something that is not that fun, is not that enjoyable, and you just kind of have to suck it up and do it, right? And there's always that kind of initial, oh my God, this is going to absolutely suck. But at the end of the day, again, we paid taxes. We, didn't cheat or anything crazy. And so, it was just more compiling all of the various information, all the data, all the receipts, all the bank records, all the PayPal statements, everything in that regard that was going to be a total pain in the ass. But still, it was just kind of part of the process. So me and my girlfriend actually went at it, and we got everything together. And we actually literally, I can show you a little box here. There's a box full of documents where we literally went over 2,000 pages plus worth of bank statements, probably more because we had copies of each, and literally just fine-combed everything to find all the various expenses that we had to go ahead and substantiate, and just prove the fact that we have expenses. And we had to find, and actually substantiate over 2.5 million worth of expenses from the year. And that year was a year that the business wasn't even as big and strong as it currently is, all right? And so in going through the bank statements, I realized two things. Firstly, I realized, look, anyone complaining about a $97 ClickFunnels bill or a $27 a month SendLane bill, you got to realize that there are expenses in business, and if you can't get over paying $27 a month for an absolutely critical tool that you need for your business, you probably shouldn't be in business, or you need a massive shift in mindset. All right, you need to stop looking at the cost and resenting the cost and the obligation of the cost, and look at it more from the lens of, excitement and gratefulness that the opportunity, is there to use these amazing tools. 10 years ago, there wouldn't have been ClickFunnels, there wouldn't have been that cost, but guess what? You would have had to pay someone $250 an hour to write out, complicated PHP or HTML code for your sites, A while ago, you wouldn't have had to purchase an autoresponder, but you would have had to mass mail 50,000 people typing in 50,000 different email addresses in Google, right? So there's always two ways to look at it. There's the way of, resentment, the fact that you resent, the bill that you have to pay, or, gratefulness that the opportunity is there to use such a powerful tool that makes your life so much easier, right? So that's the first little lesson that I kind of picked up, like looking at all of our expenses and actually getting all the documentation together to prove the 2.5 million in expenses that we had at that point in time. Look, there was a bunch of expenses. It costs money to run a business. There's a bunch of shit I shouldn't have spent money on, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But at the end of the day, if you're complaining about those expenses, then you'll never get anywhere. And that brings me to point number 2, which is get a real handle on your expenses. Get a real handle on where your money's going. Get a real handle on every single last $19.95, $29.95, and I'm still working on this and I'm still getting better, right? But get a handle on each and every single one of those little items, because as I found out through looking at everything, if you get on enough $27, $67, $97, $167, $197 continuity programs, and then you have your bigger expenses when it comes to advertising and commissions and all that stuff, at the end of the day, that adds up to literally tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of dollars. And the stupid stuff that business owners find reason to spend money on is one of those things that it's just kind of dumbfounded. I was actually just driving home from grabbing lunch, and I have no clue why. There's a surf shop down the store, and for some reason they think it's a smart idea to hire someone to stand in a dinosaur outfit as kind of, a means to get attention for their surf shop. Again, zero congruency. They're paying someone hourly. That money could be going somewhere else. But instead, they have a dinosaur walking around the outside of their building. And that's just one example, right? For myself, going through all the various statements and looking at everything and fine-combing through everything, holy shit. We had 2 different ClickFunnels memberships where we only needed one. I was paying for this subscription to this, online newsletter that I didn't read for 9 months. And then I finally canceled because, the content wasn't what I thought it was. 9-8 months too late. All of those types of things just add up to be a massive expense. And at the end of the day, look, if you can get rid of all of those, if you can get rid of all the trivial stuff, if you can get rid of all the dumb expenses, if you can get rid of all the stuff where you're draining money, you can actually have the money without the stress to invest in the critical few, to invest in your funnel builders, to invest in your autoresponders, to invest in your advertising, to invest in your follow-up sequences, to invest in wherever you need to invest your money in order to go ahead and get the most bang for your buck. But also realize that once you spend the money is gone forever. All right. So yes, can you make more? Absolutely. Money does always replenish itself in the sense that you can go make more of it. But at the end of the day, once you have it, it's a lot easier to just keep it than spending it on useless crap that you don't actually need. All right, so that's really my 2 lessons here today. Firstly, be grateful for the fact that you can purchase ClickFunnels. Be grateful for the fact that you can get started with an autoresponder, SendLane, Aweber, whatever it is you're using, and literally shortcut hours of work that you would have to do every single day. I don't even know if you could mail that many people at once. You wouldn't. You'd hit the spam folder every single time. So be grateful for the opportunity that these tools give you and realize that if it weren't for these tools, this $97 a month charge, if it wasn't for that tool, you would have to learn how to write HTML. You'd have to learn how to write PHP code. You'd have to hire someone for $250 an hour or more in order to go ahead and build your site. And at the end of the day, it's way better to spend 97 bucks a month. And if you cut out some other expenses, if you get really clear, just like I did, on where all your expenses are going with all those receipts, and just kind of get really clear on, holy crap, I got a bunch of stupid stuff that I'm spending money on that I don't need to spend money on this, right? Some of the ideas we had for events that, oh, that cost an extra 5,000 bucks. Oh, that cost another, even just 600 bucks, 800 bucks here, $67 there, etc. If all of those expenses had never been expensed, at the end of the day, there'd be a lot more money sitting there. And I probably would have had more time as well, because the fact that we had so many expenses is what went ahead and triggered the audit, which I had to take, a week and a half, 2 weeks of my life out of compiling a bunch of documents and going through that whole process. So please, please, please understand, profit equals revenue minus expenses. And you don't need to get to 50 grand a month in order to make pretty good money, right? If you get to 5 grand a month and you only spend 1,000 a month, you're gonna have 4 grand in profit. If you get to 10,000 a month and you only spend 5,000 a month or 2,000 a month, you're gonna have 5 or 8,000 in profit. But if you're always getting to 15,000 a month and spending 14,999, you're always gonna feel stressed. You're never gonna know where your money's going. It's always gonna feel like you're working way too hard and making way too little. And at the end of the day, none of us want to experience that. So that's my message for the day. As always, if you guys got value, don't forget to comment, like, heart, and share. Leave me a quick hashtag value in the comments below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon notification button so you're notified whenever I do more content just like this. And we run ads on a weekly basis just to our subscribers, giving away some of our best courses 100% free, so that when you're subscribed, you can really go ahead and get the goods. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, comment, like, heart, share. Appreciate all you guys. Till next time, over and out.